everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be here. I know I upload twice a week every week, but I just feel particularly excited to film this video. Recently, you guys have been on a journey with me. I feel like I'm kind of coming out the other side of it all. Not 100%, but anyway, beside the point. Today I'm going to talk you through things that I have learned to try and get in the most productive mindset possible, and basically how to just be our best selves for the last few months of the year. This kind of ties into this idea of winter arc, where you lock in for these last few months so that you're a bit further ahead than if you started in January of 2025. And I love this idea because it's so easy, and I'm someone that falls into this trap. I'll start when it's a new year, when it's a new week, when it's a new month. In reality, like, there's no time like the present. There's no better time to start than now. I'm just going to talk you through some of the tips and tricks I've learned recently on my healing journey. I know I'm not alone in saying that I have felt so lost and so I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know what I'm doing with life. I feel like I can't finish anything. I feel like I am constantly chopping, changing, starting new things and feeling like I just can't focus and can't get anything done. I feel like that's been a big contributor to why my mental health has been in pieces recently. If those feelings sound familiar, you are not alone. Something I've realised is no one is as put together as they seem, which I take great comfort in. We're all figuring life out together. Do you know what I mean? We're all living life for the first time. None of us have got it down to a T, and there's constantly things that we can be learning to help make life just that little bit easier. This is just a combo of motivational chat, how to get from saddie to baddie, how to be productive, tips and tricks, and some quotes that I love reading and that I want to share with you guys. First things first, we are going to visualise. Visualising is great because it gets us out of this little slump and gets us to think and be excited about the future, think about what we actually want to achieve. For this, get a notebook and pen, because here's what we're going to do. I want you to think about how would the best version of you show up? What would their life entail? What would their job be? What would their exercise routine be? How would they dress? Would they be on a certain income that you're trying to strive towards? I know this person would be all about self-care. This person would be all about looking after themselves, whilst also trying to be as focused and goal-driven as possible. So after you've figured out who the dream version of you is, you're gonna follow this graph. Basically, whether you believe in manifestation and the law of attraction or not, this is an equation to help you see that what you are doing is helping you towards your end goal. This is called the manifestation equation, but I think if you don't believe in that, that's totally fine. You can kind of substitute certain things to be like the success equation or whatever you want to put instead of manifestation. Thoughts plus feelings plus action plus belief equals manifestation. So if we break that down, you're thinking, what do I want? And actually figuring it out, because it's all good and well saying, I want to be this, or I want to be so-and-so. Like, you have to be more specific than that. I don't just want to learn to drive. I want to be driving this car. It's just coming up with detailed thoughts instead of just a generalized thought. The more specific, the better. Feelings, you have to imagine you've already got this thing, because what's the harm in imagining you've got it? What are the emotions you'd feel when this thing you're manifesting happens? For me, it's like content creator. How am I gonna feel when I hit 100k? Probably cry with happy tears. Be so excited. I'd be over the moon, and I just feel this like overwhelming sense of warmth and happiness. It's just taking over each one of your senses in a way. Actions are what you're gonna do to get to this place. So what are physical steps you can do to make this goal that seems maybe unachievable? How do we break it down into little steps so that it actually feels possible? And then belief. You've got to believe that A, you deserve it, and B, that you can achieve it, because as soon as you doubt yourself, it's not going to happen, because you're not going to be pushing yourself to actually get it, because you might push yourself, but there'll be a tiny bit of you holding back. If you don't think it's possible, then again, you're not going to be imagining these wild scenarios that actually are quite possible. There is no limit on what can happen in today's day and age. Like, never dull down your imagination. So all of these together create the manifestation slash success slash goal reaching equation. So going back to this picture, what this helps to do is implement the action part of the equation. You write what the goal is, so what you're striving for, what you want to achieve. Timeline, you're putting a physical timestamp on this, so it makes it a bit more realistic, not just I want to achieve this. You're saying, when do I want to achieve this by. You might think this unrealistic goal, but it suddenly is telling your brain, right, we've got until this time to make this happen. Steps to take, again, it's just breaking it down into little steps to make everything feel a little bit more achievable. If you do one step towards it every single day, then before you know it, you'll be a whole lot further than if you hadn't set anything out at all. And then progress. Make sure to check in with yourself and be proud of how far you've come. The fact that you're actually trying to better your life and just make something for yourself is amazing. But also, I think we're always so hard on ourselves that we don't actually realise how much progress we have made. So this is your reminder that you're actually doing amazing, and little you would be really proud of you right now. Still a tiny bit hot. The second part of this video is kind of made to try and inspire you a little bit. These are some quotes that I've seen and that I absolutely love and I wanted to share with you. I just hope this gives you a little bit of additional motivation and inspiration. Just help shift your mindset to think I can achieve whatever I want to achieve. These two I learnt from my therapist. It's taking the chore-ness away from life, if that makes sense. Instead of saying I have to do this, you say I get to do this. I'll have to unload the dishwasher. I get to unload a dishwasher. Think about how many people don't have a dishwasher. It's a simple mindset shift that instantly makes you a lot more grateful. And the more gratitude you show in life, the more of a positive outlook you tend to have. And this is along the same lines, but saying I'm choosing to do this. I feel like I should do this. I've got to do this. You're saying I'm choosing to do this. Or there's some things that you don't realise that little you would have dreamed to do these things. When something becomes familiar, I guess, it then starts to feel a little bit like a chore rather than this really exciting thing that you're like, oh my god, I get to do this. And you're choosing how you spend your time, so everything feels like you've got the power again, you've got the control over certain things. You've got the control over what you do in your day because you're choosing what you do. I do love this quote, but depending on what mindset I'm in, it does freak me out a little bit, where the quote, the time will pass anyway, because it is so true, and it makes you kind of get yourself into gear and think, I don't want to waste another second not doing something that's going to help future me or is going to help me towards my dreams. And then finally, this one is something I love. If they can do it, why can't you? Think about your wildest dream in life. Someone has probably already done that, and they were born a human just like the rest of us. I know obviously some of us have certain privileges than others and life isn't equal and fair, but in terms of kind of like motivation and inspiration, if someone else has done this, there should be no reason why you can't achieve that as well. And it just kind of gives you that extra kick and think, oh my god, I just need to keep going. I need to keep believing in myself, keep believing that this dream is possible, and soon enough you will get there. I've now come up with a little list of things to help. So this kind of helps you with the action part of your table. I recently did a video on ways I like to be productive, ways that help me stay focused and get stuff done. If you struggle with stuff like that, then I really suggest watching that video because I honestly swear by those techniques now. But just to kind of touch on some of them, having either a digital or a physical planner. Online I use Notion, or if I'm using a physical planner then I use the Productivity Method Daily Planner. I'm absolutely loving it so far. I showed it in my vlog last week and I'm obsessed. Have it accessible to you at all times so that anytime you think of something you can jot it down, whether you just have a tiny little notebook or you do it in your notes page. That way you are never going to forget an idea you have, and it means you're not going to be stuck and stuck thinking, what was I supposed to do? Oh, I should have remembered that. You've got a place where you can put all these things that you're trying to remember. Something I rediscovered recently was the Pomodoro method, and I use a website called Focus, which I love. I show it in more detail in my last video, so watch that if you want to hear more about that. It's just a working technique to help you stay focused if you can't stay focused for long, and it feels, you get little rewards and little breaks. So in your brain, if it's wired similarly to mine, it's so helpful. Some people can sit for hours and hours and stay focused, but that's just not me. I can't even really sit for half an hour. In the Pomodoro technique, it's 25 minutes at a time, so it's perfect. Just in terms of general productivity, making a routine is so good. When you make a routine, you think, what would my dream routine be? So you're thinking, what do I want out of my mornings? What do I want out of my evenings? Take it one step further and think, what would the dream me do in her mornings? What would the dream me do in her evenings? Again, I've made a video all about making routines. You've got purpose to your day. Like, I go to the gym every single morning, Monday to Friday now, and I have my breakfast at a certain time. Like, I wake up at a certain time, I come back and I'm sat down for work at a certain time. The night before, I've already written my day out, my to-dos in my planner, and I've planned what content I'm putting out. Once you've created these routines, life just becomes like clockwork in some sense. Obviously not every day goes to plan, and obviously you don't want to be so strictly stuck in routine that you become overwhelmed and become uneasy if something changes. Obviously there's extremes to everything, but having a rough sense of routine for me really helps, just to feel like I'm getting some stuff done that I want to do that isn't even work related. And finally, for this little mindset shift, just wanting to remind you of 2 more things. You've got to fake it till you make it. Act like the dream version of yourself. Act like the person that you want the world to see. People will only take you seriously when you believe yourself that you are that. If you're seeming unsure of yourself, other people are going to pick up on that. So just fake your confidence, fake it till you make it. And my final point is there is no reason why your dreams cannot come true. In today's day and age, literally anything is possible, and it is daunting to sometimes think things are getting oversaturated, but I truly believe if you are yourself and you are authentic and you are trying your best and giving your best and doing everything with pure intentions, then you are going to succeed, you're going to do well, you're going to be a successful person. Live authentically, be nice, be kind, and everything will work out. That could not have been at a better time, because if you know me, my camera overheats after 20 something minutes. I'm gonna go, I'm gonna edit this so this can be up tomorrow for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed this. These videos help me just as much as I make them to try and help you guys. Like, we're in this together, my DMs are always open, and please follow me on my other socials if you did enjoy this video and want to see a little bit more of me. I will see you in my next video. Bye!